What's going on, YouTube? Welcome in. It is officially Sunday night. That can only mean one thing. It is Sunday fun day with yours truly, Mr. 2-Bit Crypto. So I hope you're all doing very, very well. Thank you as always for appreciating me with your time. Greeting, whatever the hell I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your Sunday evenings and coming and hanging out with me. I promise I will make it worth it tonight. It's definitely going to be a stream that you do not want to miss. And also, by the way, we're going to be getting into all of what's going on in the market. Bitcoin up 3.5%. Can you trust a Sunday pump? That's the big question. But we got lots to get into, loads of stuff to digest and talk about it. And even this move in BTC, by the way, FYI, if you're part of our Discord channel, I actually called this move. So again, yesterday at 8:08. I said this, Binance is stacking stablecoins, could see a late Saturday push or a Sunday move. There you go. Call me surprised, all right? So there you go. We called this move in the Discord. If you want to get access to that, by the way, the link is free. It's on my pinned bio. It's also in the description as well. So if you guys want to get involved, head over to our Discord. We'd appreciate it there as well. It is a fun, chilled out community, not like super chopperish like some people's are. Anyway, but I hope you're all doing well. Tim, welcome in. Hope you're having a good weekend, buddy. JFR, welcome to you as always. Magic Craig, great to have you here. Fairgrounds in the building, says green up later in the week. Just don't go up before I buy more X. I'll be a near coin. What's going on, Fairground? OPF Norfolk, even lads, got an exciting week ahead. Yeah, I think so. Maybe not for the reasons I think a lot of people believe it. Did it reach the bottom or another fake out mark? I'm going to talk all about it tonight. Again, remember, none of this is financial advice. We're just going to try and understand what is going on, collectively putting our brains together and hopefully coming with a solution that we think might be an answer. All right, will we see BTC over 90K next week? Well, let's talk about it. I've seen it since July 23, big picture team. It's a game of patience and strategy. Micro-strategy, maybe? Anyway, Blair, what's going on? Javier's in the building. Tony Love, what a name that is, Tony. I hope you do what I think you do, but legend. Anyway, Lee Mills in the building. What's going on, Lee? Welcome to you guys. So, oh, now I'm nervous. Well, we're going to talk about it. So, we'll get into some charts. We'll get into all of the kind of stuff that we need to get into. BR95, what's going on, Rob? Welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in as always. Appreciate you guys. Jake Claver. I mean, if it was the real one, we'd be fine. Some green shoots. Well, I mean, I might not be the stream you want tonight. I mean, it's not often I'm bearish. Fairness, I'm not actually bearish this evening. I am methodical. Let's say that, right? That's a way better way of saying it. I am not bearish in the market. I am simply methodical in the market. And I think that's a way better analysis to put. Mandy, welcome in. Good to see you. Dead cat or reversal. Maybe. We'll talk about all of that in tonight's stream as well. So do me a quick favor. If you haven't already, smash up the like button to on your all-time high. Tap the like and share button down here. Likewise, do exactly the same here on YouTube as well. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get into it. Okay, so TikTok, you can see the chart as well. Here we go then. This is Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Now, there's some pretty interesting stuff playing out right now, and you're going to have to bear with me because there's quite a few little moving parts to this that'll either get us to an answer that's like, oh, well, maybe there is some things we need to watch for, or like a lot of people are believing right now is the bear market's over and we're all going to the freaking moon this week. Let's touch on what that is. So here's the historical low from the bottom here of the bear market, FTX collapse. And then obviously this is this key level that we've been supporting all the way up. You can see how this trend moves on the Fibonacci to where we sit right now. Obviously breaking the 50-week and pushing down. Now, there are some pretty interesting things going on right now when you talk about technicals. So let's discuss what they are. As you can see here, we did break below the 618 Fibonacci today. Sorry, on the weekly. 83,998 is what we broke below. Now, what you can see here is we've actually pushed back above this line, which is good news. Remember, we closed the weekly candles out tonight. So this is actually a good indicator, okay? You also have a little bit down here with the 50-week moving average holding the average price line. The 200, by the way, is still way below. And actually, this is still a bearish setup, so don't get super too excited just at the minute. But this is still a bearish setup as we kind of walk through this. Let me just, I'm just going to put my phone there so I can kind of see you guys. Casper's up 10%. Yeah, I know. It's insane, actually. And then you have the RSI that's still trending down. So the weekly conditions are still very bearish, okay? Let's not kid ourselves. This is a bearish setup on the weekly candles. However, when you come to the daily candles, it starts to look a little bit different. And again, I must stress and caveat, this is not me telling you that the bull run is back on. This is not me telling you you should be absolutely full max leverage on long trades, because I'm not. All we're doing is working through some systematic views as kind of what's going on in the market. So here we go. What's interesting here is we got the bounce off the 618 at 83,550, which historically has either been resistance or support before then moving to the upside. What do I mean by this? When we've wicked below and managed to come back and hold this range, actually, we generally see a push up in the market. You can see it here, you can see it here, you can see it here, albeit this one not too much. This was the W pattern though that we came in and that we've talked about for a long time, okay? So the W pattern tends to be a pretty optimistic pattern. So what have we got playing out right now? Well, this is a strong move on the daily candles, all right? You can't trust a Sunday pump, let's just be honest. But this is a strong move on the daily candles. To hold above the 83,550 range at the 618 Fibonacci is also good news. What you can see here is potentially, as well, you potentially get a bottoming out right now on the 50-week moving average and on the 200, which again is important. So again, you can see down here, by the way, the 200-week moving average. Is this starting to indicate that maybe, just maybe, we are starting to see the potential of an upside move? So again, you can see here the 50 is the blue and the 200 is the red. So like I said, you can see that potentially the 50-week moving average is bottoming out. Is this going to therefore show a reversal on the daily candles? If it does, this might actually start to see a trend push back to the upside. Now, a couple of key things. We need these to invert and go back to the upside. These are the 20 and the 50-day exponential moving averages, which at the minute are still very bearish, as is the whole setup, by the way. So before you go and long everything into oblivion, it is worth noting that we need to see it. This will be the 8th or 9th Sunday pump, Monday dump. So yeah, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. I do think Monday will dump, but I'll talk about why I think it's going to dump. And also something that's happening right now that might invalidate that theory that we actually get a dump. I just realized, TikTok, you really can't see that chart, can you? So what you can see then is this kind of interesting setup that we have here. So potentially this is kind of where we're looking at as a move back to the upside. Now, there has to be a couple of things that are going to play in our favor in order for us to push back. This is one of them. Now, I know what you'll be thinking, Tubit, this looks like exactly the same chart. And well, it kind of is, only it's a little bit different, obviously. This is the CME futures. So these are what traders are doing right now when it comes to Bitcoin. As you can see, that generally people are pricing in a short. The market right now is shorting BTC, okay, by quite a substantial margin. So you can see here that these are kind of where the shorts are lining up. Essentially, the market is basically saying, no, we're shorting this mother trucker. So if you think about where could BTC go, how much lower, even the bearish of bears are saying 60K is like the lowest. Okay, well, 60K is 27,000 from where we are. So we are essentially nearer to the downside target that a lot of the biggest bears on the planet have versus the potential upside to new all-time highs, okay? So even if Bitcoin was to push down, it's probably not going to push down that much further. Therefore, if you were someone who likes to, let's say, liquidity hunt, let's say go after certain elements within this market to try and maximize your potential and leverage further on, then you might be tempted to set up a pump and dump. What do I mean by that? Well, basically, you're going to let the market load futures for shorts. You're going to let the market absolutely start to stack those shorts. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come in on Monday morning and pump the price. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. We're going to talk about why maybe there's something going on right now that we need to keep an eye on. So you can see here, by the way, this is obviously where traders are setting up right now. And as you can see, this confirms exactly what we are talking about right now. The shorts are getting loaded. People are very much in a world where absolutely believe that this market is going to dump. So pretty interesting. As you can see, if we were to push to the upside, so for example, 94,000, which is a strong move to the upside, liquidates 1.5 billion. The same to the opposite side takes us to around 79,000 before we even think about hitting $1 billion. So the market are loading shorts right now. Shorts are loading on the CME futures. And also when you talk about liquidity and the liquidation maps, shorts are loading here as well. Okay, so with all of that being said, TikTok, what's going on? Welcome back. Don't forget, everybody, smash up the like button. Like 100 people in here, like 100 people on TikTok as well. Do me a quick favor. Give us a thumbs up. Appreciate it. What is worth noting, and TikTok, you guys need to see this as well. I know I keep telling you on. So what is worth noting is the exact same setup, and this is not exclusive to Binance, and I want to stress this, by the way. This is absolutely not exclusive to Binance. The exchanges right now are stacking stablecoin at massive rates. Okay, so you can see right now that USDC is the biggest holding on Binance right now. The biggest holding by none. In fact, It's that big that it's like a ridiculous number, okay? So they have a huge amount of stablecoin in this particular wallet. They are absolutely stacking stablecoin like crazy people, right? When you start to look and see what Wintermute are doing, which obviously is a massive liquidity provider for most of the cryptocurrency market, well, the exact same thing is happening. These are over the last 24 hours, but look at some of this money that's moving around. Binance, Circle, you're a little bit on crypto.com, Uniswap, all massive amounts of stablecoin. 11 million, 11 million, 14 million. There's a bit of Bitcoin there, 16 million, 40 million. And again, this isn't exclusive. I want to stress this point. This is not exclusive to Binance. You are seeing a huge amount of stablecoin start to move around. Why would people move stablecoin around? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Okay, well, why would people move stablecoin around? Because essentially when people want to buy cryptocurrency, they buy stablecoin before they buy the cryptocurrency that they want to get into. So what does all this mean? You have got the futures short trades stacking up, yeah? So we can see that there. You have the liquidation map telling us that everyone is going bearish on the market. People are going to short this pump. You've got massive amounts of stablecoin being moved into exchanges. Is this going to dump? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Now, I believe yes. I think it will. I think the Monday will be a dump, partly because I just don't think anything's going to happen. It is an interesting theory to think about. And this is why at the minute I'm sort of saying to people, look, the best thing to do is just kind of chill out, right? Just wait and see what happens. Look for confirmations when it comes to the market. Davo, what's going on? Thanks for the heart me's. Appreciate that, my man. Again, if you want to support the channel, feel free to drop a couple of heart me's. It does help out, actually. What you can then look at is when you actually look on BTC and say, well, what am I looking for as a confirmational move? Well, for that, we need to understand all-time highs to where we kind of sit right now. Is there any sort of pattern playing out? Is there an opportunity that sits within this that you would say, well, I'm looking for a potential move further to the upside? Well, the reality is if you take out the kind of bigger movers to the overside and then the underside moves, you kind of get a pretty average trend line that looks a little bit like that. What did you notice? A very important time is coming. If we can see BTC push a little bit further back to the upside and break back above this, chuck some price targets out, yeah, 88,700. Who put the little heart thing up there? Bullish on you guys. 20 people can collect these vouchers. Holy shit, there's some vouchers. Let's go, baby. Who put the vouchers up there? How much confirmation do you need before you enter? At least a weekly close. Right now, that's what I'd be looking for. 24-hour volatility, whatever. I don't care about 24-hour volatility. I care about a weekly close above some of these key metrics. But again, what you can feel is sentiment change. And I think that's going to be an indicator as well. So if you were to say 88,741 could be an interesting close on the daily. The weekly candles, once again, we're talking about that as well. So these are some key fundamental numbers that I think we need to be looking out for. USDC and USDT dominance is on the way back down again, but it's hitting a key level around 6.25%. So we want to see this further come down, while at the same time BTC dominance needs to come down. At the minute, it's going back up again. So again, worth noting. So right now, just in my opinion, this isn't the worst setup in the world, but it's not as bullish as I think a lot of people are making it out. A lot of people are like, oh, here we go, like super bullish. Here's the market, bull runs back on, baby. Like, go and have a look at crypto Twitter. I even saw someone post about funding rates. Now, again, I'm not going to stress to be like the most logical and the most like knowledgeable when it comes to kind of certain technicals. But look, I'll work hard and I'll try and learn as much as I can to offer some sense of what's going on. But funding rates are pretty interesting. When you have a negative funding rate, this generally is seen as a bearish term. What happens is shorts essentially pay longs to try and keep price balance over spots. What are we seeing is similar to what we talked about right at the very start, is that BTC rate has flipped negative. This is a bearish sentiment. As much as people think it's not, it's a fucking bearish sentiment, right? If funding rates are negative, that is a bearish sentiment. But why is it a bearish sentiment? Well, it's a bearish sentiment because everyone is shorting these futures. Everyone right now is shorting this BTC pump today, right? It's shorting this pump today. So we could see, this is very conceivable, by the way, very conceivable. If Asia decides and they go, holy shit, look how much there's been shorted on this market. Let's push the price up. If they push the price to, let's say 90K, 600 milli is going to get wrecked, right? Pushes probably the price to 91,000. So negative funding rate is a negative funding rate is bearish, right? But it's only bearish if the continuation is to the downside. How much more selling pressure can really come into this market? We're seeing offloaded from institutions, which still doesn't really make sense. If you didn't watch my video, by the way, talking about the MSCI stuff, go and watch that because it's super interesting. But we will definitely see what happens. Thorsten, the building, time for the bulls to wake up on the purple chain. I've got my bag stacked. Again, this goes live, by the way, 9 a.m. UTC. Oh, no, Eastern Standard Time, isn't it? Look out for Monad. Everyone, we've been talking about this. Watch out. Atlantis launches at the same time as well. So get ready. It's going to be pretty exciting. I'm excited about this launch. Definitely go and check out my full video talking all about it. But Atlantis on Monad. Get ready. It's over here, by the way. We're going to talk about more of that in a little bit. So this is kind of where we've got the setup. What you're seeing as well is a number of cool ass altcoins having a nice little rally. Things like HBAR up 13%. You got Crow up 8%, which is pretty wild. And then even some meme coins are having a decent run. Obviously, Zcash just doesn't care. It's just like, whatever, I'm just going to pump to the freaking moon. And we'll see where we get to. CryptoFi, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in, Steve Mary. We've got 100 people here on TikTok right now. And also 125 on YouTube as well. So, by the way, free Discord, link in the bio if you want to get access to kind of the community and everything else. We don't charge on this channel. If you do want to pay a little bit, then you can become a subscriber here on TikTok or grab a channel membership on YouTube. You get access to our premium Discord where you've got access to new coins, VC opportunities, as well as chart analysis and everything else. So if you're a trader, that's where it's at. Hello, buddy. I was looking at some interesting stuff today talking about the break of the weekly trend line. Change it to logarithmic and see it's still active with a fib pullback to the 0.78 with log setting. My view right now, by the way, is the 50-week broke. So you kind of almost are in a world going, whatever, that is what it is. Where's the market structure right now? This is not a normal market structure, in my opinion, by the way. Anyway, so worth having a look at it. But yeah, I mean, the 50-week is gone. We're probably going to close it 2 weeks under. The bigger debate is, what is the next move? And by the way, I'm not for a second in the world of like, oh, the bull market's back on. Yeah, post in the general, mate. Yeah, you should just, Logitech, you should just grab a channel membership. Do you know what I mean? It's like $8 a month, bro. Anyway, so this is kind of where we are. Johnny B says, bet you it doesn't launch. I think Atlantis will. I'm pretty sure it will. Hate to bet Atlantis is at $280 on Gecko Terminal. Atlantis is rising. Holy shit, I'm down for it. Holmes, what's going on? Need to catch up on last one, Al. What's going on? Oh, is Al here as well? Oh, there he is. Al, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. As Girard says, personally, I will be 100% out around 100K. So there is a debate about whether it's a dead cat bounce and that this could give an opportunity to get out. Where would the dead cat bounce go to is also the curious move. Well, you go to the structure that we lost, isn't it, essentially? So where could we see, where would you see the dead cat bounce go? You're talking sort of here, aren't you? That would be the previous resistance line or what acted as support before we did this move down. So, if we got a dead cat bounce, maybe to 100. You got two questions to ask yourself. I believe in the market structure is going to run into 2026. Fine. Then you don't need to worry about the dead cat bounce. If we were to push back up to say 100K this week, my personal opinion would be to kind of sell some of this stuff. Just my opinion. I don't know whether people would believe that same, but if we were to get a dead cat bounce, you would expect that to be the essential market target that you get into. So a couple of key targets to think about, a couple of key price actions, 88,000, definitely worth thinking about. And Magic Craig, bullish on you, coming in 2 months right now. What a guy. What a guy. Look at that. Look awesome in green, bro. Appreciate it. Hoping to buy XRP tonight while it's low. I mean, you should have bought it yesterday, Fairground. It's like 191 or something. I think it was even cheaper on it. It's like pumped 5% today. 205. It's not the end of the world. So anyway, this is kind of where I've got a couple of key price targets that I believe that we certainly have got to think about. So given that news, so given the funding rates, given kind of where we sit in terms of that, Craig coming in fresh with a gifted membership as well. Johnny B. Welcome in, Johnny B. Welcome to the crew. With a name that's green. That's what it's all about, buddy. Nice, Craig. I love it. What's going on, Tim? So what do we need to look at that I guess could give us an indication that could confirm our theory that maybe we could see a little bit of a push back up in the market, okay? Well, the reality is, but I need to stop saying that, by the way. I watched one of my videos back, right? And literally it feels like every second sentence is like, well, the reality is, oh, the reality is, let me tell you, the reality is, you're like, shut up to me, you prick. Stop saying that. It's annoying as fuck. I was like, oh my God, you've said it 5 times. Like, stop saying it. So I need some sort of like help. I keep saying it. Anyway, So Bitcoin, essentially, people believe that we've hit the bottom, right? Every death cross has marked a major reversal in this zone that trapped everyone. The bottom at 75 to 80k. Next targets would be 100 to 115k. I don't necessarily believe in the death cross stuff. We broke the 50-week moving average for this one. We've never done that before. But again, worth noting, you probably got a better idea with something like this, which talks about the pullback that we've seen. And actually, you can see how some of this plays out over the course of the last, couple of years. I think we touched on this a little bit on Friday, where you've seen way bigger dumps. Look at the dump back in 2021 prior to the second peak, 56% retracement before, boom, we went to a brand new all-time high. How do you get to a new all-time high? How do you make the market move to the upside? It's all about liquidity. And in my opinion, there is liquidity coming. It's just going to take longer. And I think that's a point that is worth noting. So again, think about how that goes. Now, a couple of key things to look at here. Coinbase's BTC Premium Index hasn't been green since October the 29th. Now, I know what you're thinking. 2-bit. When the hell was October 29th? Well, it was basically the start of this kind of railroad down. Calamari, what's going on, buddy? So October 29th comes in here. So this is all when we've been negative funding rates on negative on the Coinbase Premium Index. So we're looking for a potential reversal on this. If we get a reversal, then happy days. This could actually start to see the markets push along with some of the other stuff that we've been looking for. What do you need? Demand to buy Bitcoin. And that is the problem at the minute. Now, Coinbase themselves, don't know if you've seen, have been quietly shifting around 800,000 BTC in a mega consolidation move. Now, they're saying, well, we're moving to these new wallets. We need to get into some new wallets, guys. Don't stress. Nothing weird. We're not dumping it. But they're moving it into fresh wallets. Company gave a heads up on November 22nd, noting the platform would undergo internal wallet migrations. Why would they need to undergo wallet migrations? I don't freaking know. But it's pretty interesting as it kind of walks through. I think whole season could come out crazy. No. Official fart said it's going to 30k. Oh, dear me. What's going on, Vern? Welcome in, buddy. Yeah, the old wallets have started to stink, so they're definitely moving. But yeah, it's definitely a bit weird, right? Definitely a bit weird. But they didn't take into IDO contribution to the USDC on base. What is that, Vern? What is that? That was cool. It was like a little football thing that came up. Yes. What's that for, Stardog? I think I might have missed your initial point, maybe. James says Stardog Atlantis is dropping their token on Mono. That'll be the TG. Oh, maybe I have missed it. Okay, you guys are like in the middle of a chat. I'll just move on. Anyway, so yeah, look at this. Coinbase, pretty interesting that they're doing that. In 30 minutes, Coinbase will begin wallet migration. During this time, you'll see large on-chain movements between Coinbase controlled wallets to new Coinbase wallets. This is planned to allow us to maintain the high security standards in the industry. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. This, the bear market, the 4-year cycle is concluded once BTC hits triple top, and it's no such thing as an extended bull run, so stop with the hopium. Just so we're clear, by the way, Power 35, get your facts right, pal. I haven't ever said I think there's an extended bull market cycle, by the way. Ever. Just FYI. Actually, if this is the official bear market and the top peaked here in October 7th, I was about 2 weeks out. I was out on price, but I was about 2 weeks out from the bear market or the top of the bull. I said, end of October, I'm a couple of weeks out. If this is it. And I still think it's a big if because, what drives markets? Liquidity. What drives Bitcoin? Liquidity. How risk assets do well when money's cheap. Is there an assumption that we're going to get cheap money? Yeah. I mean, think about this. Jerome Powell's going to get yeeted in May. Like, there'll be someone in there. I mean, who the hell he's going to put in? He wants to put Scott Bessent in. Like, whoever's going to go into the Fed will be a Trump-appointed Fed chair. Like, they're going to cut rates like lunatics. The only debate will be whether we're in a freaking recession by the time they get in there. But anyway, so watch out Bitcoin Premium Index. I think this is going to be worthwhile. One of the other things we've been talking on for a while, which I think is also worthwhile, and we will definitely keep a very close eye because this all links back to that margin debt and the margin debt calls that we were talking about. US banks are now sitting on a $395 billion in unrealized losses as of Q2. If there's a run on the banks, we've got a problem, okay? I think that's kind of where we get to a little bit. Now, the positive of this, and we've been touching on this now for, a couple of months? The positive is the trend is actually up. So albeit when you've got markets that are dumping a little bit, and they are, then you are seeing a upside move, okay? Which is kind of important to think about as you kind of walk through as well. Now, worth noting on a couple of these as well, that we are seeing Bitcoin exchange outflows are absolutely skyrocketing, okay? They're skyrocketing. What does this tell us? It tells us that people are removing cryptocurrency from exchanges. Well, then generally this is a good news story, isn't it? Like this is kind of a good news thing because it means people are again pricing in for a longer term move on BTC. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's kind of the reality of potentially where it is. And I guess that's what we've got to kind of look at. The believers and those who stay bullish will be rewarded heavily. Do you understand? Now, I don't necessarily believe that, all these people that just talk all this kind of shit know what they're talking about. But if you take charts, and history does generally have an opportunity of kind of repeating itself, is that, well, look, history has told us whenever we see this kind of big outflows, we generally see price moving. Why? Because if people outflow their cryptocurrency, they're generally in a world of, well, I'm here for a bit of a longer term narrative, which again could play out. China keeps stacking gold. I thought this was interesting. Why do they keep stacking gold? Because they believe that the whole economy is going to collapse. Their economy is collapsing. And then finally, a couple of key things to think about. This picture is so good. What have we got this week? PPI inflation, retail sales, house price index, pending home sales. None of this really matters. The Richmond Fed manufacturing index, maybe. Jobless claims, Chicago PMI, which is important, right? That PMI on Wednesday is going to be important. Also, new car and auto sales is going to be something we need to keep an eye out for. And another thing we need to watch this, certainly over the next couple of weeks. And I know this is a really bright screen, but again, it is worth, I don't know if I can change it. I didn't need to press that. I don't think I can. We need to watch out on the earnings calendar because this might be a sticky wicket that not a lot of people are talking about. Okay. What do I mean by this? If we have earnings on companies that have exposure to Bitcoin, then we need to be mindful that potentially their earnings are going to be bad. All right. So we do need to be kind of, mindful. So like Tesla, for example. In fact, when are Tesla's earnings? Let's see. Tesla. Okay, they're not on there. So we do need to be just mindful of it. And what I might do is try and get any of the companies that we're expecting to see earnings over the course of maybe the next month, who would be in that list, because what you want to make sure is that if their balance sheet is going to show Bitcoin exposure, then they're going to definitely show less in terms of earnings. All right. So, we could absolutely kind of make sure that that's worth what it is. Stardog, I did get your message, but I don't really understand it. I've got to be honest. We need to research that. So I'm going to research it for tomorrow night. But what is it? BTC 30 or something? And I did get your message. Just haven't really had a chance to have a look into it any deeper than just your message. But yeah, so in terms of earnings, this is going to be interesting to keep an eye out for. You got Dell coming in on Tuesday. I don't think there's anything super crazy on that, but if you were to think about big corporate earnings or big corporate companies that have got exposure to Bitcoin, so let's say, for example, let's see when Tesla's earnings are. Things. Third quarter 2025 is, when's Tesla's earnings? Oh, this was done. So this was done October 2nd. So yeah, it's just something that we need to kind of keep an eye out for and see whether anything kind of comes through. So then next, so they had one in September, quarterly earnings, so June. Yeah, so it'd be like January, I'm guessing, right? So Tesla might be okay, in fairness. Tesla might be okay. They've got December 2025 forecast is in. So December 2025, okay, so do we get yearly earnings forecast? Yeah, so December, it looks like we're going to get on June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, so December 25, we will get a earnings report as an example from Tesla. If they have their Bitcoin on balance sheets, which they do, we do need to kind of keep an eye on it. That's it. Bitcoin Core 30 upgrade. They're looking like they might soft fork BTC over this Core 30 node issue. BTC has been dumping since the upgrade. Yeah, I definitely need to look into it in a little bit more detail for sure. For sure. In that photo, I imagine Trump saying, I'll have a mixed grill. Yeah, like a Weatherspoons or something. Anyway, so this is just something to worth noting on any public company. So particularly things like BlackRock, VanEck, like if they've all got massive exposure to Bitcoin and Bitcoin's down, let's say, well, from that kind of October high where you definitely would have got some earnings coming in, then they may look pretty pants as this kind of walks through. So, that's kind of worth noting as all that kind of follows through. And more importantly, kind of where we're going to get to. So that is that. What else is going on right now that we need to be aware of? Well, did the US really manufacture the Bitcoin crash? Oh, shit. Bitcoin's dropped to 85k, sparks unproven claims of a US engineered sell-off. Rumors link crash to MicroStrategy's MNAV compression ahead of the MSCI's review. No evidence supports buyout theories as macro and index rise for macro and index risk drive volatility. Did you guys look at the MCIS stuff? Like, oh, MSCI, sorry. It's fucking wild. If that goes through, we are cooked, bro. Let me tell you. We are cooked. But it is. Tap the Light Legends XRP price discussion. Thanks, AI. I appreciate it, man. Lots of people coming in and following and doing all that kind of good stuff. Not many of you talking about it, by the way. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the chat, by the way. TikTok, let me know. And also let me know on YouTube as well. You guys are bullish. 105 watching, 50 likes. Come on, y'all, especially Alliance Group. Smash the like button. Yeah, definitely. But you must be full-time crypto now. Did you slack the job off as you have the full conviction in the markets? No, I'm still unfortunately doing the 9 to 5, Al. Still doing the 9 to 5, unfortunately. I have a tea party here every day, Tim. I want to go to a tea party. But yeah, the MicroStrategy thing's super interesting. We looked at this the other day. Obviously, there was a lot of this MSCI nonsense, which we don't get until January. Maybe the markets kind of dip till, back into the year, potentially with then all this coming through. I don't think they do it. I think there's way bigger, more powerful people involved in this than they can kind of dump it, but we'll see. We actually did get a positive inflow number. This though we need to be mindful of, by the way. This is freaking bad news. This looks like BlackRock are going to dump a shit ton of Bitcoin again tomorrow. So 4,107, which again could be the caveat as to why the market may dump on this pump today. So watch out. I think BlackRock are going to sell an absolute shit ton of BTC. In fact, I don't think we won't be able to see it, although they should be able to. If they were going to dump it, they could just move it, couldn't they? But I don't think they are. We actually have their wallet here. Let's take a look at. Of course, the government manipulated crypto. I mean, maybe. So yeah, so BlackRock, not a lot going on here. Let's put it to 6 figures and see kind of what that looks like. You can see there, they dumped an absolute shite ton 2 days ago. So yeah, they may be setting up for another big push. I don't know. We'll see. They did buy a bit, but nothing crazy. So we do need to watch out for BlackRock. It does look for all intents and purposes like they are actually going to dump a rather large amount of BTC on the market. So again, worthwhile being very much prepared for it. Like I said, I think my personal opinion, I know I've sort of talked through maybe a couple of potential more bullish scenarios. I feel like the market will go back down again. I just feel like the market's going to dump. Asia may push it a little bit. You have to kind of wait and see, right? But yeah, interesting. The US kind of giving a view on that. Coinbase, we talked about quietly moving lots of BTC around. Pretty interesting. And then here, will Bitcoin price rise again? What do the industry experts say? Well, it's always worthwhile getting a view from Austin Arnold of Altcoin Daily. He notes that blockchain data shows that wallets holding more than 1,000 Bitcoin rose 2.2% to 1,284, 4-month high. Arnold describes this as a generational dip buying opportunity. I mean, that is about as bullish as you could ask for. Citibank attributes the recent weakness to a temporary liquidity crunch stemming from the US government shutdown, which, by the way, I don't know if you've seen the TGA account, but that thing's really not starting to pump back into the markets. TGA is very much still sitting around 925 billion. So, they need to kind of get that rocking and rolling, start to get that liquidity jump back into the market. But MicroStrategy Michael Saylor points to Bitcoin decreased volatility in his company's continued accumulation. Gemini co-founder Cameron Winklevoss calls it the last chance to buy below 90k, suggesting BTC could eventually reach $1 million. Okay, so the experts believe that we are going to the moon this week. Maybe. We'll have to see. Again, remember, funding rate might absolutely kind of cripple us. So that's that, all right? That kind of gives you a bit of a view as to where the market is. That gives you a bit of a view as to where, I guess where kind of everything sits right now, which I think is also good news as well. So lots and lots of hype, though, around this, everybody. Monad price predictions and I don't want to go to, oh my God, I don't want to go here. I want to just talk about this. And where this is going to go, by the way, lots of people are excited about it with the Mon token debut. This is obviously going live. Coinbase amassing a 270 million from 85,820 participants already locked into the Monad ecosystem. And if you've been watching the channel, as we talked about as well, Don't forget, you have got Atlantis on Monad coming with all of its features that pretty much will be live from launch. You got fiat on ramps, you got farming, staking, leverage, launch pads, cross-chain limit orders, you name it. They got it all, including NFT trading cards and everything else. Pretty extensive roadmap. If you haven't seen or looked into it, highly recommend going and checking it out and see what it's all about. Like I said, Monad launching tomorrow. This will obviously go live at the same time. I think it's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So look out for that. I certainly will be watching to see what happens. It's going to be pretty exciting. There's a bit of an allocation for Monad. And again, a lot in the terms of Atlantis, their tokens are locked up as well. So yeah, have a look. Check it out. Pre-market is 0.0105, 24-hour range 0.013. We'll see exactly how it does. Hopefully it does well. Hopefully it does well. Fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed. Opposite of what they say. I mean, yeah, probably. If the entire expert market is bullish, probably best be in stablecoin. It's probably not a bad shout in fairness. So good. Yeah, but they're all locked in. They're all locked. I can't remember exactly where it is right now, but it is all locked somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, I can't remember where it was, if I'm honest. I'll try and find it somewhere. There we go. Here's here, look. On the white paper, so you got team tokens are subject to a 6-month cliff followed by linear vesting over 18 months. In fact, a lot of them have got locks on them. So treasury tokens locked. I think private sale tokens were locked. So followed by 30-day cliff. 15% will be issued at the TGE. 30-day cliff vested for 6 months. Seed round, 45-day cliff vested for over 11 months. So yeah, a lot of it's vested, which is kind of good. And certainly a lot of it has got locks and stuff in place. So if you are interested, go and check out the white paper. There's a lot of stuff talking about there. So yeah, excited. Hopefully it's going to be good. We could do with a good one. Are we still going to have a bull run cycle this year? I mean, this year, we had a bull run cycle. You can't say that markets weren't good. I guess the question is, are we going to have another push to the upside? Is the market's going to go up or is the market's going to go down? That's the big question in everyone's mind. Personally, I wouldn't get too excited about this pump right now. This may trap a lot, but I don't feel like people are falling for this. I definitely think it's I wouldn't say manipulated push on a Sunday, but it doesn't feel like the most solid of push. What's the volume at? So 54 million, man. Do you remember in the bear market? I mean, that's not bad volume. Do you remember the bear market where we were like 7 million in volume on Bitcoin? Like 7 billion, sorry. Like, holy shit, 54 billion. Yeah. MH44, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Good to see you, pal. So yeah, we'll say, yo, 2-bit. Got on Mouse, my mate, who has put everything he has ever earned into XRP. We are talking 7 figures, said if he had a spare 100k, he would still buy XRP yesterday. I mean, fair play to him. Fair play to him. There's lots of stuff that... There's lots of stuff with XRP that's pretty interesting at the minute. Lots of stuff, actually. And I've been talking about this now for about a week. I thought, and still probably do think, that there may be some sort of announcement this week in line with, you know, the kind of market sentiment, etc. I kind of feel like maybe there is something. And I'm basing that on nothing other than just a feeling. The truth, yeah, I agree. Look, I'm with you. Like I just said, I wouldn't get too excited about this move up, to be honest. Sentiment is rock bottom. People are not buying into a pump after recent dumps. They have come from recent. Yeah, I agree. There just isn't any money, is there? That's the problem. People are way over leveraged. People are struggling. You know, we'll get a bit of economic data this week, albeit I don't foresee it being super crazy, but we'll see. So core PPI, I mean, if we get PPI, I mean, imagine they pull the can on Monday. That would be fucking wild. Imagine Trump tweets out, no PPI. Like, what? Hey, mate, solid question. How much crypto would I need to open a trust? Do you mean like a personal trust, or do you mean like literally like a Bitcoin trust fund, like personal or business? Because one is you can open it with anything, because actually something I'm working on right now is to move a lot of my assets into a trust fund for my kids as opposed to being anything else, partly because it's cheaper tax as well. If you are talking about starting a company in which you are going to offer like a Bitcoin trust fund, you probably need something like, well, I mean, we've seen like or personal, or you can just do a personal one. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. I highly recommend getting a proper legal advice on it. But yeah, you can start a trust at anything. I think the cost is to set up, and I don't actually think it's that expensive. I really don't think it's that expensive. At the minute, I'm in the super early stages of it because I want to move a lot of it. Because you can move like your mortgage and stuff into it. But yeah, starting a trust is not that expensive. But definitely seek like proper legal advice, and you can put whatever you want in, and then the trust holds it. You just have to have trustees, which are generally people that aren't either associated or that are like family members. So that's the only slight awkward one. You have to be able to like proper trust somebody. But yeah. You can do it, by the way. You can definitely do it. It's I don't know what country you're in, by the way, but yeah, you need like the settler, the settler, the trustee, and the beneficiary, I think it is. So the settler is like the person that says, here's what I'm putting in. The trustee is someone who manages it. So that could be like a bank or like someone else or financial advisor or whatever it is. The beneficiary is who gets it. So like in your case, similar to me really is, that I'd be so I'm going to put the money. So I have Bitcoin, everything for my kids. So like I want to put it in the trust, and then the company would look after it. And then, like I said, my kids would be the beneficiaries of it. But yeah, I actually think it's a pretty smart idea, by the way. And like I said, you can definitely get benefits on a tax break. I don't know about Australia though, but I would just speak to someone. I can't imagine it's that crazy, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's a great idea, by the way, personally. Especially if you're long term. So if you're like buying Bitcoin, you're like, sod, it's my kids. My kids are like 10. So it's going to be like, it's going to appreciate for, 8 years or whatever it is. I think it's a pretty good idea. Personally, I do it for my kids. That's why I want to set a trust fund up. My kids are like way younger though. They're like 6 and 3. Well, 6, 3 and 3. We've got twins. Thanksgiving in the US this week. Let's go. Nice, bro. Trust's a great way. Yeah, it is. It's a great way. You can put your mortgage in it. You can put bank accounts in it. Like, it's a way better way than like doing all sorts of crazy shit. So yeah. Just my opinion. As always, though, this is never financial advice, just my opinion. I would definitely check it out, though, and it's worth looking at. So, yeah, good. So, like we said, yeah, PPI could be pretty interesting as that one comes through. Expectation would be month over month is previous at 0.3, consensus at 0.2. So, we might get a slightly bullish PPI. That would be pretty crazy if we did. Core would be, so excluding food. So, energy is going to be pretty interesting. But PPI year over year predictions are 2.7 as a consensus. So people think it might tick up year over year, but yeah, I mean, it could come in pretty good in fairness. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see, but could be good news. Outside of that, there's not really a lot this week. Core PCE price index would come in on Thursday. I think that is Thursday or Wednesday. Wednesday. Fed balance sheet. Oh no. Oh no. Get more bullish than Tim Share. Was good on Stream Elements. Get the hell out of here. Right, Monad, get that done. BlackRock we talked about. That'll keep. Did someone crash Bitcoin? No. I mean, BTC is still pushing a little bit. I mean, we might get to the... I mean, imagine we broke this line. I still, by the way, feel that even if we got to this line, I don't necessarily think this would be like a super bullish confirmation. Like I said, weekly will close tonight. Still feels relatively bearish on the weekly. But like I said, when you look at this on a... When you look at this on a broader scale, by the way, it does start to kind of play out pretty interesting, as we've discussed here on the channel. What's going on, Trader Shops? What's going on, Hobbs? Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. It is worth kind of just seeing where some of these lines start to play out and equally start to move from the abyss of the bottom of the bear market. So you can see there that we were talking about this line before, before this kind of whole move. That actually these kind of key lines, you're looking, I mean, like I said, 90,000 would probably be in a world where you're like, maybe we start to get a little bit, but watch out for the dead cat bounce. Remember, we've seen a couple of them. This is, I mean, it's not the best example, but this is kind of a dead cat bounce. Similar here, look. So you have downward momentum followed by slight upward momentum, which people kind of go, oh, brilliant, and then down. So, we could absolutely see this push back up and then dip again a little bit further. The only positive, I guess, to a marginal degree, and it is only a marginal degree, that wick is actually sort of slightly better than we've seen. But when you look at kind of where we've seen it, generally we've seen so many Sunday pumps. So Sunday pump, this is a Saturday pump, Sunday pump, Sunday pump, Sunday pump, Sunday pump, Sunday pump. Sunday pump. Sunday pump. I think like 7 out of the last 8, we've seen a pump on a Sunday and a dump on a Monday, with the exception of here back in September where we rallied up to a new all-time high. So, that's it. As long as we stay above April lows, this is not bearish. It's actually very bullish to return to the low that made the high. The rally is going to blow your head off. I hope so. I'm down for it. Like I said, I never want to be wrong. Sorry, I never want to be right when you're talking about bearish sentiment, but Yeah, I mean, look, I'm down for it. I'm down, bro. I mean, yeah, I mean, when you look back at kind of this line here, isn't it? You know, where are we at right now? So I think we talked about this line here. It'd be somewhere like there, wouldn't it? Somewhere like there, if you sort of took, yeah, sort of something like that. That's the key sort of support resistance line. Also, like we said, you know, that key W pattern that we've been discussing so many times here on the channel as well. So, you know, there's a couple of key things to think about as this kind of all starts to play out. Hopefully, we get a little bit more of a, you know, bullish momentum. That's what I'm all about. We'll see. We'll see. Cheers, bruv. Hey, no problems at all. No problems. Tattoo, thank you for following. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the fam on TikTok. 10,000 likes, by the way. You guys are crushing it. You guys, though, are not crushing it. Do me a favor. Smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high if you're not already. Let's get it. Above 97K, and it's 99 for the Bears. Well, I mean, if you think about, you know, think about what is coming around the corner. New Fed chair. Now, December rate cuts, by the way, which everyone thinks I'm a lunatic about. I actually got someone messaging me. This was a message last night. They were like, you should not say about double rate cuts. You're spreading FUD. It's just like, look, I'm just telling my opinion. I'm not saying I'm fucking right. I'm just saying my opinion. We're now at 70 or 69.4%. If PPI comes in good, a little bit, Holmes, yeah. If PPI comes in good, then this is kind of setting up for definitely a potential rate cut in December. I mean, personally, I think he cuts anyway. I don't think there's a world where he can't. If he doesn't cut, I think Trump yeets him personally. That's my opinion. But I actually think that we could get, because we'll get jobless claims as well. So jobless claims may spike, which would be like super bad news, by the way, right? Super bad news, really, if they spike, unless PPI is very, very good, which is unlikely if we're dead honest. But what you then could get is an absolute necessity to stimulate the jobs market. How do you stimulate the jobs market? You cut rates, you inject liquidity, and you make sure that borrowing money is super, super easy. Why do you think banks are now stacking so much gold? Why do you think banks are stacking so much cash? I mean, we were talking about this the other day. Banks, in my opinion, are starting to get ready to lend money out. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but we're definitely starting to see that, and definitely starting to see way more of an accumulation phase than we've seen probably, you know, certainly for at least the last, at least the last couple of months. Look at this. So you can see here, this is actually the cash assets on all commercial banks in the US. And as you can see here, going back to the early part of September 24. So this was prior to kind of the rally up. In fact, it was kind of the bottom before we made new all-time highs. And then obviously we've dumped ever since. But this is kind of where we're seeing it. So bank balances and cash assets have been going down as the market's been continuing down. But what do you notice here? Look, in the last week, we've started to see an uptrend. We'll see exactly the same follow through on this week as well. So banks are stacking cash. Like, they're getting ready. We already know they're stacking gold like lunatics. So they're stacking cash. They're stacking gold, which I think is important. And this then might play out into what we think could be a later move in the market. The Fed decides that they're going to ease on QE, and they won't call it QE. It'll be like, I don't know, maybe like fiscal stimulus, or I don't know, maybe some kind of nonsense that doesn't make any sense. But again, worth noting here that you've definitely got cash starting to go back up. We talked about margin debt the other day, and that's kind of something that we need to sort of be worthwhile. What have you also got here to completely prove my freaking point? You've got consumer loans, credit cards, other revolving plans on commercial banks. What are you seeing? A tick up. People are starting to lend money, right? People are starting to lend money. Now, this isn't a good idea, by the way, because if interest rates don't come down like people expect, then you basically pay more. So I'm not advocating that people need to go and get loads of debt. But what you can see is banks are starting to get capital, gold, cash. You also got that stimulus that no one's talking about, by the way. The Fed actually printed $6 billion worth of treasuries as no one knows about it. And then you've got people starting to loan it. So this could start to play out way more interesting. And like I said, I'm not in a world here. I'm not sitting here saying to everybody, oh, I think like the markets are going to pump to oblivion this week. But there is definitely an argument to say we might go up this week, but we might go down as well. But 91K incoming. Let's get it. Let's get it. I mean, that's just above the trend line I've got. Is it on a 99K? That's what I'm looking for. 91K. I'm down for it. I'm down for 91K. Putting along 2-bit, just like 200x leverage, like all the USDC stablecoin I've taken so far, just fucking full send. Full send, 500x leverage. It'll probably like margin call me at like, after like it moves fucking 2%. Let's go. Ugh. Too bit short for the team. I mean, there is an argument to say, obviously, I did take about 50% of my portfolio into stablecoin. If it's ever going to pump, and if my belief is that the world is actually against me in this market, then Bitcoin's going to rip to a brand new all-time high, and I'm going to be the absolute noob sat there with like 50% of his portfolio in stablecoin. Like, oh, this was a great idea. Like, I'm super max bullish. I mean, ETH's already nearly back to 3,000. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I don't even care. I don't even care. What I will say, though, is this is good news for liquidity. It's good news if you were thinking about launching a token in the next 10 days. It would be a good idea to have an ETH pump as well. And in my opinion, you know, launching a token into a uptrending market might be a great fucking idea. If you think about it, 100K by the end of the week, 2-bit. Bro, don't say shit like that. Don't say shit like that, because I'll be all in on a 50x leverage long. Book it, Dano. Fine. It's going on the chart. I'm putting it on the chart. You better be right. Where's 100K? Here, right. Right, you're there. T Hobbs, end of week. Right, where's the end of the week? It would be what? There. Right, you're in. You are in, my friend. T Hobbs, end of week. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. That sounds right. You at 50% in. Yeah. I'll be back to clear mine. Oh, man. I love it. I love it. But after your last cycle, it's better the devil you know. At least you haven't lost anything. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not like I said this before. All I've done is taken the like I say play money. It's all the like DeFi ETH and stuff I had. Like I still have 100% of my XRP portfolio is still in the market. 100% of my Solana portfolio is still in the market because my Solana's earning yield, so I'm at like 7% yield on that. I took some profits on ETH. Sui closed out that one. Yeah, a lot of, like, I'm still 100% in World Limit Financial. The rest of them, Ondo, I'm still a little bit in there as well. Just like the random ones that I've got. I mean, yeah. We'll see. I probably did. Probably did. You sold all the stuff that's about to 500x. I mean, yeah, I probably did actually. So, it's fine though. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Again, if you freak out about the fact that you've gone into stablecoin, then you're definitely going to be in a place where you are going to be like, oh my God, I need to buy back in. And that's how you get fucking wrecked. So I'm cool with where I'm at. Super cool with it. It's nice to look and go, excellent. I've got that in stablecoin. Like, you know, do I believe the bottom's 87K? No, I definitely think it's going to go lower than that. And then that's when we'll kind of make a move. But yeah, I hope we go way higher than we are now, but we'll see. I open an all nodes account to stake Solana. As price goes up, I gain more each day, right? No, you won't gain more. You'll gain more price. Yeah. You still have your 10K wallet and we still have, I mean, that's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. I feel like if the market potentially is going to give us a little bit more upside, then like, yeah, like let's get involved. Let's get wrecked. So watch out, because I think it's probably the right thing to do. And if ETH's going to push, let's get in early, and then that might support us in the market. So yeah. W3M thoughts. Don't know what that means. Zcash. I mean, I've been talking about Zcash for ages. That I think it's way overhyped, and it still proves me wrong every single time. 99,525.91 is my exact level 2-bit. Fine, I'm putting it on there. But yeah, Zcash, I mean, Zcash is absolutely sending, by the way, right? It is sending. But at some point, the Zcash bubble will burst. It will burst. When it is going to burst, don't know, but it will definitely burst. 2-bit okay, it's the same reward, etc. So if I buy spot, it's better just to buy, stake, and sell when you want to begin. So the way that validators works, Logitech, is you need to get people to stake with your validator. Now, the problem you've got is a lot of validators do it at 0% fees. Now, I don't know if there's actually a way that you get paid for it, but the way that validators work is the more that you stake with the particular validator, the more beneficial it is for a validator. So you need to get people to stake with you, basically. That's how it works. Loving Light says, are we cooked? I wouldn't say we're super cooked right now, but I certainly think that there is a slight simmer. That's my opinion. FET as well. I mean, Fetch AR was doing a decent number yesterday. I don't know what it is now. 28 cents. It's up 1%. It still looks absolutely terrible, but was actually performing okay. I mean, a couple of AI coins did run a little bit yesterday, so. Did you see that Aerodrome Finance has changed their entire website? That is an absolute fucking disaster, by the way. It's like the most annoying thing in the world. And then, do you know what else is annoying? When you try and go to Aerodrome Finance, you get this absolute chopper thing like, oh, the website might be harmful. What? What do you mean the website might be harmful? It's Aerodrome fucking Finance. Bruh. What? Anyway, not great. Not great if you're staking. If you're staking over there. Oh, man. Can we look at Solana? Yeah, 100%. Of course we can. Of course we can. I'm still bullish on Sol, by the way. 132. Still think it needs a bit more of a oomph to get back up some of these key levels. But yeah, I like it. Zebek got ISO 222. Yeah, Zebek was going wild today. I mean, it's cooled off a little bit. Oh, was it yesterday? Yeah, I had a big move yesterday. So, yeah, pretty interesting on all of that. I actually did release a video today specifically talking about ISO 222. It's kind of interesting. It's exactly what I said, though, that like people are going to be way overhyped on ISO, and actually it doesn't really make a massive difference, just in my opinion. So, yeah, not at ideal. So, yeah, I have 3 Zebek. Nice, bro. That is the future right there. That is the future right there. Is it true when price drops 20%, you are officially in a bear market? Not really. Not really. Yeah. Oh, look at this. So Aerodrome had a compromised wallet. Interesting. Compromised website. November 21st, the centralized domains for both Velodrome and Aerodrome were hijacked and directed to malicious content. This attack was caught and mitigated quickly with the support of our security partners, and a plan for how to move forward is now ready. The root was an internal security breach. The Metadex tech is all the rest of it. Our fully on-chain DApp supported by our teams. Centralized domain. Okay, interesting. Update. Centralized domains remain compromised. Please do not use domains for now. 2 decentralized mirrors remain safe to use. Aerodrome.eth.limo. The hell? And aerodrome.eth.link. All smart contracts remain secure. We'll provide further updates. Wow. I did not know that. Did you? I did not know that Aerodrome got compromised. Oh, man. Do you know the weird thing about that is I actually connected to it with my phone. I did connect, albeit it was a different wallet. I did definitely connect to that. Oh, my God. But here's the crazy bit. I'd already moved nearly all of my crypto out of that wallet. Wow, bro. Who dodged a bullet? Me. Holy shit. That is wild. I literally moved all of my, because I've got so many wallets of MetaMask on my desktop app that I can't be asked it anymore. And I literally have cleaned the wallet out. I mean, one of them's got like 1 cent, 368, what else? 106, 249. Like literally, I've like totally cleaned out these wallets. And then I did connect to that site. So man, that's fucking great news. Bro, I could have got ruined on that. Holy crap. Man, whereas actually what they got was they got some Sky token, which is worth about 1/10 of a cent. Oh, that's crazy. Do you think Solana could overtake Ethereum? I mean, longer term, in theory, it should do. Solana's got more use case. It's cheaper. It's more advanced. There's loads of better stuff on there. So in theory, yeah. Will it? Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, I mean, I'm still bullish on Solana. I still think Solana will do very, very well, by the way. Bear markets begin with a drop of the indices of 20% or more, but not if there is a V-shaped recovery at the time, which the bear market's last varies. I mean, that's true. Just another trick to catch people buying in on the way to 70k. Ooh. Real divided, you guys, tonight. Ondo Financial is down a lot more than 40%. Yeah, Ondo's way down right now. What is Ondo down at? Buy the dip. Yeah, I mean, Ondo, interestingly, only just wicked out of our channel, by the way. Ondo is, yeah, down 77%. Albeit, I wouldn't be asked about that. I'd be more asked about how far is it from the trade channel that we've been talking about. 23%. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. So, yeah. Lauren saw Fairground earlier. No other half tonight. Whoa, the dip. That is dippity dipping. Yeah, it seems to keep going down, doesn't it? But yeah, I mean, like I said, Ondo, I'd be worried. I'd want it back in this channel. That's kind of where I'm interested to see it kind of get to. But whether it will or not is another debate. Let's hope so, eh? Let us hope so. Right, we haven't done a lot on DeFi. I don't know if you guys have got anything you want to talk about. That is not what I expected to come up, by the way. Let's do this. That's way better, actually. Way better. Anyone heard of a stable chain that is counterpart to Circle ARC? What? No. We are bouncing on BTC in the area I posted in my pin tweet over a week ago. That feels like a subtle pull my pin tweet up, bro. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where are you? There you are. Look. There you are. Bosh. Here we go. This November 17th analysis. Is it this one? Monthly candle consolidated for 4 months. The current price action I view as manipulation. I agree. Consolidated manipulation expansion. Buyers appeared below 93 and could still go as low as 84k. If the price can close above 97, we'll see a massive short squeeze. Thesis invalidation 74,562. Thesis target 130. Let's go, baby. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. So yeah, 94. That was on the dip, and then down to the macro low 85 expansion from there. Kind of feels like that is exactly what we were talking about. Bosh. I mean, it might break 89,000. So there you go. Look, the fact says T-Hobs end of week. So yeah, well, that's why I've kept these lines on. So you know, we'll see kind of where it goes. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. What do you think about my post in the general? It's pictures of log chat to it. I haven't seen it actually. I will definitely take a look at it in a minute. Definitely take a look at it. Let's go, bro. Loving says, am I cooked on Ondo? I mean, I've said about Ondo for a while. If they can get just a small percentage of the equity market or the treasury market, like Ondo will fucking skyrocket. Now, look at who backs Ondo and who's involved in it. BlackRock's backing Ondo. So, you know, you're in pretty good company. I haven't sold any Ondo because I actually still believe that A, that's got an opportunity, and B, it's 70% down. So I'm a bit like, all right, I'm just going to sit tight and see what happens. Because I actually think it could do well. Do you think about the Great Reset of 2030? I do not know what that is. As much as I know people are like long-term, I mean, anything can happen. Think about it. 2030, it's like 5 years away. Like, Jesus Christ, I mean, I might still be here like, hey, welcome. I'll be like super tired, like, welcome to the live stream. And there'll be like 30 people in here. Like, I was gonna make it as a YouTuber and look what happened. Anyway, I saw ready the stable coin in the market of 2025 and it pumped to $300,000. ETF's another way to short our coins though. Yes, a little bit. What did I miss? Can you restart the stream? Yeah, 100%. Of course I can. 100%, mate. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Thank you so much. We are restarting again. So, Curtis, welcome in, buddy. Hope you're... Shut the hell up, Curtis. Oh, man. What do you think about the... I just said that, didn't I? If I'm right, a weekly FVG bounce now. I'll buy a membership. Ooh, like it. Scary times ahead. KC9, maybe. Maybe. Don't forget, like Stream Element says, by the way, jump on the Discord. Dead simple. Click on there, and it's going to go yeet. Send you over to Discord, and it lets you get into here. Look, here we go. Look, here's the 2-Bit Crypto Discord server. Oh, I can bring your chat up. Oh, why is it doing that? Oh, bro, come on. Bro, copy message link. I can actually bring this up. I think I can bring this up, by the way. Ooh, no. What? Why is it doing that? Why has it not let me bring that up? That's kind of annoying. Open link. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Visit site. Is that going to work? Oh, what the hell, bro? Why is it not opening Discord? Oh, continuing browser. Oh my God, get away, Discord. Can't be bothered with you, you stupid thing. Anyway, yeah, bring the chart up in 3 pictures. Yeah, I'm trying to, but it's just been a massive chopper and won't let me do it. Right, that means you have to join the Discord. All the links are in the general on the Discord. Shout out to Relentless, aka Logitech. Get in there and find out what's going on, everybody. Yeah, normally you can just click on this and be like, bring the chart up. Oh, there it is. Hey! It's because you didn't put it as a thing, you put it as a link. There we go. There we go. Right. There we go. Right. There is the official chart from none other than Relentless. Now you have to do some explaining on this because you haven't put anything. You've just put Coinbase BTC chart. That's in it. That's in it. So, by the way, if you want to get into the Discord, by the way, this is the kind of shit that you get in there, bro. We got like top tier traders in there. We got legends of this space, like, and it's free. It's free. Link in the description or in my bio here on TikTok as well. So, okay, there's 2 pictures out. Jesus Christ, bro. You're making my life difficult right now. Right. Okay, there's the first one. Right, so let me do this then. Here's the first one. Right, over to you. Over to you, Logitech. Listen in, everybody. I feel like I should dial you in on Teams so you can explain to everybody what you're seeing on the charts. Pat, do you want to do that? Don't swear. We could literally jump into meeting room 1. Jump into meeting room 1, then I can put your loudspeaker. Everyone can hear you. I'm watching Discord. If you actually go into meeting room 1, I will literally put you on loudspeaker so everyone can hear you. Can you see meeting room 1? I think you can. Bro, I'm scared. It's fine. Just pretend no one's there. It's fine. Do it. Yeah, that's how you do things in this world. Do it. Do it. Don't be a chopper. Don't be a chopper. Do it. I'm watching. Meeting room 1's got no one in it so far. The only thing is, loads of absolute weapons might come into meeting room 1. Everyone's like, oh, don't be live on YouTube. Shut up. Type it in the, I'll tell you what, type it in the Discord if you want, and then I'll read it out. I'll read it out. Basically a weekly FVG with logarithmic fig retrace. There we go. Pants off streaming. That's the way to do it, Tim. So there we go. That's kind of the longer term. So I have seen this chart. I think a couple of people have been talking about this. So this uptrend that's in the market. Then obviously you've got this, I guess, a kind of more shallower breakout where you've got the retest of some of these ranges, similar to what Hobbs was talking about. So the point of control line, we've discussed point of control actually before on VMPR, which is interesting. So yeah, so you're down to that line with a bounce, followed by then the macro again, which is kind of a potential move. So you're looking for a potential reversal here on the bull signal, continuation therefore to the upside in the longer term. This is on the daily. This is the weekly candle chart, and then the first one you put on was the weekly as well. So yeah, yellow box is the fair value gap. So yeah. Yeah, there we go. I mean, what are you looking for? An upside move? What would be a confirmation breakout number that you'd be thinking about? Vietnam. What does that say? What do you think about? Oh, it just says or Discord. Just check my bio out. There's a link in there to the Discord. It's totally free, by the way. You can get in there and join nearly 300 other people in our Discord. If you want a little bit more, which is obviously where we have our trade signals, where people are more than welcome to post in there and, you know, get super bullish on all kind of stuff, then feel free. But it's just a great community to get into. We are at, what are we at now? 291 absolute legends in there. And by the way, we verify everyone and make sure that all the people that are in there are legit. If you're not legit, you say stuff you shouldn't do, you get thrown out. Simple as that. If you're a 2-bit hacker account, you get thrown out. I monitor this every single day. So, yeah, if you come in, you are instantly tagged with unverified until I've checked you out. Once I checked you out, or Jesse, probably need someone else actually as well. Then you get in. So you know that it's, you know, relatively trusted Discord server. So I highly recommend getting there. I'm posting this to some of my Discord servers. They don't appreciate it. They want BTC to 20K. That's because they're the sort of people who like to see the world burn. 88,000, everybody. Let's go. One step closer. Mr. T Hobbs' line. Let's get it. Do you know the other night when we put what music did we put on? I can't remember what it was now. It's like Danger Zone or something. I got a copyright infringement. So yeah, so I have to sing the songs now. But yeah, good news. 88,000. Still a Sunday pump though, so you still have to be careful. But yeah, certainly feels a little bit more optimistic as to where we've been. And look, green candles are good out there. Let's call it as it is. Futures though, still mega bearish. I mean, holy crap, they are loading up the shorts. So watch out for that. I'm here for the singing, because you are. Maxim, what's going on? Welcome in. How far will BTC pump? Well, it's a great question. Great question. According to Mr. T Hobbs, we're talking about 130, baby. I think there's a couple of key things that we need to break. You need to break back above 100K. We need to break back above the 50-week moving average, in my opinion, by the way. So we do need to see that move back. Also, if you wanted to just get like super mega macro crazy, we can have a look at this, which is a little bit mental actually, but hey. According to this, the Crypto Crusader signal is telling us that it's a sell signal and that we're going down, bro. So you got to be careful of this, mother trucker. Get rid of that. But yeah, I think there's some key levels to break first. Sentiment will be the big thing. If you got bad sentiment, you're not going to see a lot move, but hopefully we see it. Casey, what's going on, buddy? Much love, 2-bit and the most transparent guy out there. Follow him and tune in. Hey, Logitech, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Do you sell crypto wallets and earn $350 in the C? What the hell is that? Did you sell crypto wallets and earn $350 in the C? I have no idea what the hell that is. Not a clue what that is. CD. No idea. Not a clue. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate you calling me out to Discord. Most deaf joining someday. Wanted to start a channel myself. Hey, Logitech, here's my view, by the way. Here's my view. Just do it. What's the worst that can happen? Like, yeah, it does way sound like a scam. We need to retest 85K at some point too. Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, to confirm the break and the move back to the upside. But yeah, my view, Logitech, if you need any help setting anything up, let me know. Like I said, I'm not the most advanced individual, but, you know, I guess my setup's pretty standard, but I run everything through OBS as opposed to, like, I think a lot of people use Stream Elements, which I just never really got. I was always a bit like, why am I paying $30 a month to use Stream Elements when I can use OBS, and then I link it into like a Stream Deck down here, and then I've got like all this kind of setup. I want to actually, this is why I want to go full time on YouTube and full time in crypto and all the rest of it. Like proper setup, like a cool ass thing. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm actually at the minute tracking monthly revenue to see whether I could actually do it or not. And this month's been pretty good, actually, in fairness. According to this month, I could go full time on YouTube. Trouble is, December would end up being like absolute garbage, and you make about $200. You're like, man, no. The kids can't eat for a month. We'll see. Thanks very much, love. Appreciate it. That stuff's really, yeah. Mate, honestly, Logitech, I occasionally we look at old videos that I used to do, but you just got to start it. Like, I could even send you a microphone. I've got like a spare microphone. I've got a spare camera. Do you remember when I used to put another camera up here somewhere? That was pretty interesting. You just got to start it, in my opinion. I don't understand OBS streaming, so I pay for StreamYard. Look, OBS is way better, but I get the StreamYard thing. Like, I did use StreamYard I used it for like AMAs and stuff. Like, OBS is a bit challenging for AMAs and things, but I just don't really do them anymore because I can't really be bothered. Doesn't mean that I am definitely like up for people coming on the stream and stuff. But yeah, OBS is, yeah, it's just a bit smoother, and like, that you can kind of get like cooler stuff like this on OBS, and you can start to get like little integrations. And I mean, it's a while since I've done it, but like that can kind of come up with like, you just kind of get like cooler stuff on OBS. But yeah, if you want to follow me on TikTok, Twitter, by the way, then check it out. There you go. I might get my editor to make me like one for TikTok as well. Might get him to do that tonight, actually. Bro, I need something cool that comes up for TikTok. Quite risky. YouTube can ban you for no reason. Yeah, 100%. Well, they don't necessarily ban you for no reason. The rules are just a bit weird. They're just a bit weird. If I'm honest. Jesus, we're up today. It's a miracle. That is true. We are up. OBS is so cool for sure. My MacBook just hates. Yeah. I have had to read. There's another one called, the variant of OBS. It's called Stream. What's it called? Shit, I can't think what it's called now. Stream. It's not. Is it Stream? No, it's not Stream. Stream. No, it's not Stream Elements. It's Streamlabs, I think it's called. Yeah, Streamlabs is like, yeah, that's it, Logitech. It's like a super easy version of OBS. It's like way easier, way less complicated, way less setups, way less settings, all that kind of stuff. Like, I've had to like I mean, people saw it the other week, like, it can be super temperamental, but yeah, equally though, I mean, I got a second monitor. Like, the stream setup's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's kind of cool. I am thinking of getting a bigger stream deck though, but they're like 150 quid. So, whatever happened with the project, that last AMA you done? Who was it? I can't remember who it was. What was the last project I did as an AMA? Oh, they're still going. Yeah, they're doing really well, actually. Yeah, you're on about on-chain. Yeah, they're doing really well. I connected with Ben. We were chatting about a week ago. So, yeah, we're going to onboard Rect onto their platform when we get it up and running as well. But, yeah, they're doing really, really well. I don't think it's gone, like, super crazy. I don't think it's gone super crazy. But yeah, they're doing that. Yeah, like, they're doing well. They like onboarded loads of. It's not a thingy though. There was no token attached to it, was it? It's not a token. It's a payment method for tokens. So there was no token ever attached to it. If anything, all it was the ability, to onboard. Oh, Hobbs, I didn't see your message, by the way. Yeah, I didn't see a message. Sorry, man. But yeah, so it was just the ability to basically onboard it. I don't know whether many companies did it, but yeah, on chain. But he messaged me the other week and was asking about a few bits and pieces, and it was, you know, just had a bit of a chat with him. You know what I'm like. What did I say? I said, just the market paper. How's your side going? Yeah, everything's flying out our end. ETH, Polygon, Base, done. BNB released today. So you can now buy thousands of tokens directly with Card, Apple, Google Pay, also native and stable coins. Solana's coming in December. Now I've got it so that you can connect pretty much any wallet. So whenever you're ready, let me know. So yeah, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, they seem to be doing really, really well, actually. Really well. I don't know if there's like a site I can look at. Let me have a look. On-chain. So on-chain ramp. I wonder if it just comes up. On-chain Web3 insights from the real world. On-chain research. No, that's not that. Anyway, bear market started. I hope not. I hope not. There we go. So on-chain. Man, on-chain, is it that? On-chain labs. Is this? Man, I can't even find it. I'll have to find it. We'll have a look at it. But yeah, everything sounds like it's going pretty well at their end. Bear market started. I mean, I don't think so. I think it's pretty close, by the way, but I don't necessarily think so. I guess is probably where I'm at. But I do think there is a lot to be mindful of. There it is. I got it. So I don't know if there's like a thing saying like how bullish they've got, but July, hidden cost of friction, latest news, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Anything on their social media platform. BTC 250K, then the bear market. Oh, no. Oh, no. 17 hours ago, the block hash podcast, custody built control. Grateful for the kind words. These like all projects. A jet set token you can now buy with on. Seems like it's doing all right. More pain incoming to the downside. Oh, I don't like it. Anyway, we will have to wait and see. It's going to be an interesting week. That is definitely for sure. But yeah, I'm hopeful for a more upside move. And, you know, fingers crossed we get it. Fingers crossed we get it. That's the big question. Right. Okay, cool. Julioso. Right, everybody, where are we at? 10 past 10. We've been live, unbelievably, for an hour and 20 minutes. Nearly 1,500 views on it. Man, the live streams are getting pretty exciting now, aren't they? Do you know why? Because we talk facts. We've got a great community. People who know what the hell they're talking about, rather than just absolute choppers. Holy shit. Tenet is up 116%. Why is Tenet going crazy? Do I still have some of that? I feel like I still have some of that. Or I had some of that. Man, Tenet is absolutely flying. Why? Oh my God. Tenet has migrated from their old. Oh, I mean, it's still terrible though, isn't it? It's a 40k market cap. Ah, what the fuck? Man, this is a disappointment. Although I don't think this is the right thing, in fairness. Bro. BTC pump predictions. Ask about crypto. See, the AI in TikTok is wild. I mean, it is actually wild, in fairness, but bullish on you, TikTok. Bullish. Man, we got like nearly 2,500 views on TikTok. Bro, we're at like nearly 4,000 views on this live stream. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. It's officially happening. 2Bit's going to go full-time on crypto on YouTube. I got to say, I got here on the way, was busy all day, so sum it up for me. Relief rally might turn into more of upside and momentum. Be mindful. BlackRock seem to be stacking lots of Bitcoin to sell. Big week, couple of earnings calls. Watch out. Hobbs says we're going to 100K. That's probably about it. Chat still stink. Yeah, the chat's still fucking terrible. Yeah, that chat was awful. By the way, if you haven't already, give us a little thumbs up. Would massively appreciate it. We're at 84 likes. It'd be great to smash that 100 like level. And likewise, we're at nearly 14,000 likes on TikTok. So I appreciate you guys for sure. And likewise, appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, we're going to have a look at a bit of DeFi, weren't we? Not a lot going on, by the way. The only one that's really moving is Charlie's up another 5.6%. Don't know if you guys got into this. 500k market cap. I talked about it down here somewhere. So if you did, congrats. I did all right on this one. So nothing super crazy. But look, in times of real challenge, some coins just seem to be doing better than others. And don't forget that Atlantis coin launching tomorrow along with Monad. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow night because it should be good news. Who said BlackRock's about to sell? So it looks like they're positioning to sell loads of Bitcoin tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on their wallets. We looked at their wallet earlier. They aren't selling anything as yet. However, there looks like, don't forget, their demand on their ETF is generally a lagging indicator or a forward-looking indicator because they don't custody Bitcoin. It's not like they've got, well, maybe we have to get 5,000 Bitcoin ready for, Monday. But historically, that's kind of what's pushed the market. So stay close to it. Do you know how you stay close to it, everybody? You follow me on Twitter. Look at that. Bosh. Coming up over the other side of the screen. Dead easy. At 2bitcrypto_YT. That's me. Look for the verified account, not all the other giant choppers that are over there. If you look here, look, 2bitcrypto. Lots of people. I am the top one, look. The one with the cool-ass logo and the verified badge. Don't get it wrong, everybody. It's not worth it. What is this about BlackRock, 2bit? So the ETFs, let me show you. So I was diving into ETFs and yeah, it's fine. I was diving into ETFs and the demand requirements on the asset flows. So if you think about it, the reason BlackRock have two holdings of ETF of Bitcoin, don't they? They have their personal Bitcoin, which they bought like through their own ETF, which is insane. But anyway, they bought their own Bitcoin. They then have customers' ETF shares. And what this number is generally is a lag, or it's a forward-looking number. So this is essentially what they're saying is that this could be a potential outflow of ETF shares. And if they need to, then that's why they sell Bitcoin. So if you think about it, Friday was an inflow day, vastly for that 122 million, 1.4k BTC. That was Friday. So that's what they sold on Friday. So if this was a lagging indicator that was showing us what they sold on Friday, this would say 1.4k. It doesn't. It says 4,107. So I personally think, just my opinion, I think BlackRock are going to dump Bitcoin tomorrow to pay for the demand from their customers. So again, this number is interesting to look at, specifically on the day, because I believe it's a forward-looking demand for what's coming. So almost like futures for BTC. And then it obviously doesn't align to here. So I think BlackRock could dump. Again, worth keeping an eye on because we'll see it here. As of yet, there is nothing moving around on their wallets, but certainly worthwhile keeping an eye over the course of the next 2 or 3 hours. So remember, if you're not already following me on Twitter, then I highly recommend doing it because that's where if we see anything, we'll post it out on there to make sure you guys are fully dialed in and aware of it. So I would definitely be in the world of keeping your eyes out for that. Right, everybody. It is 10:15. You guys have got a little bit of an extended show tonight. As always, though, I mean, I would definitely... See, this is the thing, by the way, everybody, right? This is the thing. If this was my full-time job, we'd be doing like a 2.5-hour live stream. We'd be getting people on. We'd be like, right, imagine this. We'd be like, hold on a minute. I want to try and do something. I don't think it's going to work, though. I don't think it's going to work, this. Hold on a minute. We're gonna try and do something, right? Don't get weird. What if they are cashing to show profit to their customers, hence the 50k drop, and now they are loading it back? I mean, that's true. Also worth noting, by the way, on that point, I don't know when their earnings report are. I was talking about this earlier. Maybe their earnings report would mean that they are deliberately, maybe they made a ton off ETFs and they're trying to deliberately drop their earnings report. So yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, God, there's so much manipulation. I mean, who the hell actually knows what's going on? Right, I am actually trying to find something, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. This is going to be so much fun. It's not going to do anything now. It's not going to do anything, which is going to be massively disappointing. Oh, man, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I do. Mohammed Burham, what's going on, bro? This might end up getting me. I'm going to have to try and just do 10 seconds, right? I'm going to have to try and do 10 seconds, okay? So don't get weird about it, but we're going to try and do it. I don't know if it's going to work, and hopefully, let me just check. How do I make sure that I don't get banned on this? If you want to use this audio, join this channel, credit us by mentioning it. Okay. Oh, man, so I have to... Oh, man. Okay, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm going to end up getting, like, chopper. Okay, maybe I can do it tomorrow. I can see his missus outside the door with her arms cross-tapping her feet on the floor. I was going to be like, bum, 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 and now it's time for the charts with Logitech and the Trader Shop. And then it, like, spins across, and you guys are like, welcome in. Time to get down to the Bitcoin price. We're going to talk about CME gaps. It'd be like, you know, if we're on like a 2.5 hour stream, you know, like when like Paul Barron and people have their like proper little news style, which would be good. Trader Shop, Hobbs, good man. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And as well to all my American friends out there, happy Thanksgiving to you all. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. We will be back, as always, though, tomorrow night for the updates that you guys are going to need. Let's watch out for Bitcoin pushing back above. Remember, key things to think about, 88,780, a break above that may give us some optimism into the market. Keep your eyes peeled, though, on what BlackRock may be doing behind the scenes. As always, though, we'll be back tomorrow night, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. in the UK, making sure that you guys are absolutely dialed in. Until then, if you haven't already hit the like button, drop a comment down below. And as always, thank you so much. Don't forget, join the Discord, link in the description, and my bio here on TikTok. Until tomorrow, you set of legends. Catch you soon.